Alrighty, we are in for the VFN round one. I am playing Living End versus Jazza, so this one's going to be a bit tricky. He's usually playing something pretty spicy. Sharpest Agent Open Hand. Just saying we back to Jazza. Sharpest Agent, but only one land. I can subtlety their thing, but this one we're going to have to shoot back. So we'll mulligan. An opening hand with Living End is pretty bad, but at least we're on a mulligan so we can put it on the bottom. Again, only one land. We do play 21 lands, so we're just missing some mana sources. Also, we'll mulligan again. Okay, alright, so this one's not bad. We can put Mystical Dispute on the bottom. And also probably Quantum Riddler, and we're trying to get value out of Colossal Sky Turtle and Shriekmaw as our two targets to reanimate with this Demonic Dread. Demonic Dread's going to cascade into Living End, so we can keep this. I think putting back Riddler and Dispute. Alright, Jazz is keeping 7, we're keeping 5, so we are at a bit of a disadvantage here, but we'll see how this one goes. Jazza hasn't declared any companion yet, so we don't know what they're on just so far. A Hallowed Fountain shocked in with an Ocelot Pride. Okay, so this could be Esper mid-range. So this Shriekmaw's got a live target for turn 2. And we have an alt stack as well. Okay, so we can get a green source from this fetch land, and then we can alternate to bring back the Scalding Tarn into play. And then the turn after, we can either Colossal Sky Turtle or Shriekmaw again. So we've at least hit our third land drop given that we have Alternac, so we'll just play this Volcanic Island and pass the turn. We do have to worry about any hand attack or any counterspells here. But for the most part, I think we should be fine. If they Thoughtseize out our Demonic Dread, we can Sky Turtle it back into hand with the green channel ability, so I think that should be fine. Alright, we'll take the damage here, that's fine. Just plays Underground Sea and casts a Thoughtseize. Okay, we did expect this. What we are going to do is just Alternac in response because we want to hit our land drops. So we'll put a Tropical Island into play. And then discard this to put the Tarn back into play. This means that we've got all the mana that we need. They're going to Thoughtseize us, take the Demonic Dread. We can Sky Turtle it back, as we mentioned. We can go from there. So we do have to be worried about any permission, any counterspells. It's the Esper decks, so they likely are on Force of Will, Force of Negation Days, Spell Pierce, Drown in the Lock, Counterspell even. Might be a tough matchup as well, because they're an Esper, they're going to have like Emperor Bones, maybe even like Clink to Dust as well, other stuff to exile our graveyard, so we'll have to see how this one ends up. Barrow Mindbitten. So this is Superior Spider-Man just through the Omen Paths version. Okay, so we could just pass turn here and then Colossal Sky Turtle back the Demonic Dread and go for it again next turn. If we're doing that, we can just wait. There's that, or we can just crack this for the Shriekmaw to do it now. I am worried about not getting another Cascade spell, so Colossal Sky Turtle might just have to... We might just have to discard this to return the Demonic Dread to hand. A little tough. Just only interacted with us once, but That once is quite a lot. So we're going to take an additional 2 damage here, which is it's not 0. But it's also not 18, so we're not dead. Pick it 2. Still 6 cards in hand. Oh, Mush was doing her thing. Mush has the zoomies. Okay, Undercity Sewers. Sure, sure. They've been a Bloodstained Mite, okay. Let them make it cat, that's fine. On end step, I'll fetch. I'll get an Underground Sea and channel this to return this Demonic Dread. Demonic Dread's back in our hand, which is excellent. What does this mean? I think it means we're just going to play the Beseiju, evoke the Shriekmaw to kill this Ocelot Pride, so we don't have to worry about the City's Blessing next turn. Because notably, they have 6 permanents in play, but if Jazza plays a land and then any other threat, they'll have 2 more, so 8. They make like an Orcish Bowmasters on my end step, that's very problematic. So I think our best bet here is just to evoke this Shriekmaw. And use this to kill the Ocelot Pride. I think we'll have to do that. We are just going to keep taking 2 from this for a little while. We'll play the Beseiju and we'll just pass it. It seems like a lackluster play, but at the same time it feels correct just to hold both of our spells. Alright, just ponders. Given that they didn't do anything, I'm assuming that Jazza knew that we had to discard the Sky Turtle to get back our Demonic Dread. He holds up a counter spell, and then he just has to hold up this 2 mana for the rest of the game. So I guess my job here is to draw Mysterized Village. That would let us to cast. That would allow us to cast the Demonic Dread next turn. And then activate Mysterized Village, responding to the Cascade trigger. Other good draws would be Grief. That would be very good. We get to see what is in their hand. We get a Thoughtseize them, and then if we get the interactive spell, then when we resolve our living end, we get to Thoughtseize them again. Just going to see what's up. Are they Thoughtseizing me again? They are Thoughtseizing me again. Inquisition, they're going to take my Demonic Dread. I guess I might just have to play a Kavera next turn. Just going to press 6 so I don't have to press any more buttons. Down 13. Just has 4 cards in hand. 1 blue mana up. What's a good draw here? I don't know if Forest is it. I guess I could just play Kavero and have it enter as an Ocelot Pride. Have a 4/4 first strike lifelink. It's not the worst. We can always just try it out, right? What's the worst that could happen? Kavero Mind Bitten as an Ocelot Pride. Thank you, Mr. Jazza. Gonna try 6 and pass 10. We don't have any cards in hand. And Jazza's drawing a 5 cards here. All I've got is a stinky 4/4 cat, so surely this is gonna go coast to coast. Unless they themselves have something to answer my Kavero mind bitten cat spider human hero. Prismet. No? What are you? Oh, Solitude. That's not very good for me. Okay, so the 3 best draws in the deck are Bring to Light, Shardless Agent, and Violent Outburst. Waker of Waves. Okay, that's pretty good. So if I use a forest and given that Demonic Dread is gone, our Cascade spells now don't have blank. So if I discard this Waker of Waves now, look at the top two. I see a Quantum Riddler and a Vibrance. Okay, we take the Riddler. Every 1 mana cycler in our deck can be cycled off of the Volcanic Island. So what I'll do is use the Trop in this to warp in a Riddler. This is probably one of our best draws. That's not a Cascade spell. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Right, well, let's crack this Flooded Strand for this Overlord. Oh, we don't have another black source to put into place. That's a bit unlucky. Given that our only black source off of Flooded Strand is this Underground Sea, might as well just Thundering Falls and look at the top card. It is the One Ring. Okay, the One Ring's going to be very good, we'll leave that. And we'll just pass it back over. We have a Quantum Riddler in exile in the warp zone, and we also have a Overlord in hand plus a One Ring on top. So we've got a lot of top end right now, which is very good. What we can do next turn is is seeing the Overlord. What we can do next turn is cast the One Ring with at least Underground Sea up plus another land and impend the Overlord. That's if we don't draw anything good. But I guess at the same time, Jazza could also just have another counter spell, so just kind of gotta roll with the punches here. If Jazza has 2 counter spells, it's pretty bad for us. But Teferi, hey? Might be a problem. I can't cast a Cascade spell or Bring to Light through that, but what I can do is cast Living Death. Do need a way to answer this Teferi, which could just be a Fury. So I'll draw. Judge has 4 cards in hand, 1 land available. I guess this could fetch a Watery Grave. If this Esper deck is on Watery Grave, that could be the Spell Pierce mana. They have Hallowed Fountain here, they have Tundra. Could get Godless Shrine. Don't know what they're interacting with Godless Shrine, but what we'll do is guess we'll just cast the One Ring and see what happens. Jazza notably did downtick this tap, so the One Ring's not going to get bounced, which is pretty good. I'll activate it, draw a card. Okay, Deceit, that's not bad. Deceit is pretty good. We just need to draw a second black and we can thought seize our opponent, given the black mana on this. We're clearly just going to impend this Overlord, be the most mana efficient as possible. If this gets dazed, that's a bit unlucky. Daze, yeah, no worries. I cannot pay that, and I'll pass turn. It did pick Jazz on Daze. They do have the Watery Grave in the deck, okay. Need to pass turn again. So we are on a bit of a pickle here, given that we have the One Ring ticking down. They have 3 creatures in play. 4 mana. They play their own One Ring. Okay, very good. Very good. Bit of a situation we have here. Just 2 One Rings staring at each other. Okay, we'll take a damage. Go to our draw step. Okay, Bring to Light, not bad. Okay, so well, we'll go ahead and draw 2. Okay. I feel like we've got a little bit lucky here. So we have Deceit for blue. What this can do is bounce the Teferi to their hand. If that does resolve, we have Shardless Agent to cascade into a Living End with a Force and Bring to Light, a Force pitching Bring to Light. I feel like I have to kind of just send it. Because the turn after, we're taking 3 damage, 2 from this. I think this is the only time we can send this. Blue, blue, Deceit. So, okay, we got away with it. We're gonna bounce this to Fairy. This Deceit is gonna go away. And now we're gonna cast a Shardless Agent, Cascade Trigger. Please, Jungle, let me do it. Please. Please. Please let me do it. Okay, Living End is on the stack. Does this resolve, Mr. Juzza? Oh my god, it resolved! What the hell? There's no way that should have happened. Okay, so we have to kill a creature of ours with this Shriekmaw, our worst creature. I guess ward is only if an opponent targets it, so what I'll do is kill my Vibrance. And then this Overlord will trigger as well. I blank. Oh, I guess I should have stacked the triggers the other way around in case it blanked. That way I can put the Vibrance back in my hand. Alright, well, I'll just pass over. I'll press 2, so in case Jazza does something on my end step, I can still force it. I do believe I have more than 16 power in play, so Jazza has to answer all of this in one turn. Blue, black, blue. Spellseeker. Interesting. What could Spellseeker be getting here? Oh, interesting. Okay. If Spellseeker is getting the card Damn, which is black black, and it's mana value 2, they can overload it to cast a Wrath of God. So I suppose I should let them resolve this Spellseeker, because it doesn't actually do anything. The card that they're searching off of the Spellseeker does something. I mean, the Spellseeker is probably just going to chump this Waker of Waves if anything. They have to take 9, 15, 18. Oh, Jesus, so much damage. Ephemerate entered the exile, into their hand. Okay. So if they ephemerate the Spellseeker, they could get. Are they trying to Time Walk or something in this deck? So they've. What are their points? So they've got the One Ring Spellseeker, they've got 5 points unknown. I guess you can ephemerate it. It doesn't. It still just doesn't do anything. Time Walk into revealed card zone. Okay, so they are going to cast Time Walk. Again, they're not actually doing anything that's killing me, and they don't have. Interesting. Okay. So they've used all their points. I'm kind of lost as to what this is going to be because it's very Esper focused. Normally, these Time Walk decks have a Eternal Witness as the combo piece, so you can loop Ephemerate and Time Walk with Eternal Witness, keep blinking it over and over and get both back. But okay, they get Counterspell now, sure. So what are they looking to do again here? They are at 15. Is this the turn that they get an Eternal Witness? Like they play another green mana? Okay, they have a Flutterstrand. They have not tapped for green. Okay, so they're doing Time Walk combo but with Archaeomancer instead. Interesting. So, I mean, They do still have to try and find a way to kill me with all these wandering triggers, so I guess. Yeah, you can get Ephemerate back. Okay. Okay, interesting. So they still have to try and find a way to kill me. I've got a Force of Will to counter anything relevant, I guess. Yep, so they fetch for that. I try to counter. They cast their counterspell, which means that they can't Time Walk this turn. It's an interesting spot. Given that Juz is on now what we've clocked as Esper walks, I don't know how much interaction they're actually going to have. Typically, for the four-color walks deck that plays no red, you're playing like very minimal in the interactive suite because you just need to get a critical mass of mana. So it's really, really interesting. I think post-board we're going to have a lot of fun as well. So if I look at... Oh, okay. We won game one. Very good. Begin sideboarding. So given that we are versing Esper Walks, we definitely want Massacre. We want to exile their key pieces from the grave, so we want Fairy Macabre. They are a deck that searches their library, so we're playing Opposition Agent. We'll also bring in Ashiok. They like their graveyard, so we'll bring in Malanthrope. Brotherhood's End as well will be good because they are bringing in, or they are playing rather a lot of creatures. I'm not certain how good Culling Ritual will be. Also, shout out Cull. Um, Dismember would be good to break up their combo as well. I do wonder. So, Mystical Dispute will still be good because they're Esper. I think it's going to slow down a little bit post boards. What I'll do is get rid of a few uh, pieces here. Maybe just the worst out of our self-discarding creatures. Singular Stupor might be a bit too slow. Harvester of Misery is going to be really good. Maybe Street Wraith we get rid of. Given it's going to slow down quite a lot. Okay. It is a Time Walk combo deck that's playing the One Ring, so Force Negation should be good. Um, we still want Living Death. Superior Spider-Man still going to be good. Hmm. Endurance still definitely good. All of our Cascade spells. We're not going to cut this. Living End, we're still going to be on this. This is all staying here. One thing that I am trying is Broadside Bombardiers. I'm thinking about this or Uro, but at the moment I think it is just pretty sweet to like fling in a Sky Turtle after you've attacked. It's a 7 mana card, so you get to fling it for 9 after you attack, so I think that's pretty sweet. Maybe because they're a black deck? Rickmore might be bad? Really not sure here. Maybe Destructive Wonder as well. Put this into our side. I think maybe post board we want Foundation Breaker 2. So let's get rid of Vibrance. We'll see how this goes. I'm kind of just running it. Still a bit hard sideboarding with this deck. There's so much that you want to bring in. So we have... Okay, Jazza immediately mulls to 6. That's good for us. We have a hand that just kind of does nothing. It has like a Fable, a Cyclone. It's not really all that much. It does have a force to interact with them, but if they Thoughtseize me, like, I'm not really gonna force their thing. And then they take my Fable and I'm just kind of sitting there doing nothing. Okay, this sounds a lot better. We can kill their first thing, bounce their next thing. Riddler. I guess we also just wait to see if Jazzamal's to 5 or if they keep 6. And then based off of that, we can keep one more in hand as well. Jazza keeps 6. Okay. Do I want to keep a hand? Am I bringing back the Dismember? And then just keeping a hand of like Warp Riddler. I guess I could put back the turtle, kill their thing, warp this in, play the One Ring. Alright, I'll keep this put away turtle. We'll keep a very mid-rangey hand for game 2. I'll just press 6. Here you go, Jazza. Ooh, okay, no Torn Footsies, we got away with it. Ashiok might go. Okay, this is good for us. I'll just play my fetch landed parts. Fetch. Surveil. And they keep it on top as well. Okay. Brainstorm. Sure, go for it. Oh, nice. Warhammer 40k artwork. Well, that was very fast to resolve. Interesting. Okay, so I have this. So I want to get healed till next end step. Oh, that's why. He drew no lands. He mulled to 6 and kept a 1-land brainstorm. Okay, I feel like we're going to punish that quite a bit. Leaving lands on the top is actually pretty good here. We can confirm our 4 lands to get this 1 ring. So play Otawara, warp this Riddler. I don't think they're going to play anything next turn, so I can just hold this Dismember. Okay, they daze this Riddler, which is great because if we living in, we get the Riddler back. So at least the daze is gone, so this Ashok's going to resolve next turn. Or maybe even they kept like a forcible hand and I haven't done anything crazy yet, so they haven't forced it. They've been a Plagon from their Undercity sewers. Okay. I have a wistfulness. Okay, I'm just going to play this Bayou and play this Ashiok. They're probably going to force it. They don't. Okay. What does that mean? In this scenario, do I target them to clean their graveyard? I think I... Interesting. I'm going to mill myself and exile their graveyard and see if I mill anything good. Given I'm a deck that wants to have things in the graveyard, put some things in the graveyard. I put a lot of good things in the graveyard, right? Shardless Agent, Foundation Breaker, Turtle. Right, I'll pass turn. I do want to get this Shardless Agent back somehow. So I guess I could like draw. Oh no, because the Colossus Sky Turtle's gone too, so I can't regrowth the Shardless Agent. I guess I could draw a. You gonna Thoughtseize me and take my 1 ring? Cling to Dust my forest. Okay, so you drew the land. Right, yeah. Oh, but I have an Ashiok, so you can't fetch. That's brutal, actually. I'll play Tagar, and there's no reason just to not play this 1 ring here. Alright, we play the 1 ring. I have protection from the One Ring, so I can't target myself, so I have to target Jazza. Hilarious, actually. I put Douthie, Ang, Swords, and the One Ring in exile. Sure, okay. I'll activate the One Ring. Draw land. Okay, I'll pass. So next time we just get to play Wistfulness. It's just a 5-mana 6/5 that draws 2, discards 1. We're not really stressed about Ashiok down ticking because, yeah, they're a non-red deck, so they can't bolt it. So that's the match. Ashiok locks it down and stops the fetch land from getting there. So yeah, we start the tournament 1-0.